You know, when most of us search for something online, we just type a few words into the search bar, right? But what if I told you that by doing just that, you're missing out on a massive opportunity? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you the exact techniques digital detectives use to uncover what's hidden in plain sight.
Think of it like this. A normal keyword search, it's kind of like just reading the chapter titles of a book. Sure, you get the general idea, but you miss all the juicy details, the nuance, and the real story. You're leaving so much incredible information on the table, completely undiscovered.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. Let's look at the difference between a basic search and an advanced one. On one side, you've got your everyday keyword search. But on the other, whoa. We're talking about the power to dig up specific files, uncover hidden accounts, and even track down images that someone thought were long gone. This, my friends, is the world of open source intelligence. We call it OSINT for short. It's the art of finding and analyzing information that's already out there for the public to see. And get this, the best part? Everything we're about to dive into is 100% legal.
All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. First up, we're going to master something called Google dorking to seriously level up your searches. Next, you'll learn how to pull apart a single picture to find the hidden stories inside. Then, and this is crucial, we're going to turn these powerful tools back on ourselves for a digital self-audit. And to wrap it all up, we'll cover the most important piece of the puzzle: how to use all this newfound power ethically.
All right, let's jump right into our first big topic, the art of Google dorking. And look, this is way more than just searching. Think of it as the foundational skill that lets you twist search engines to your will, making them act like your own personal private investigator, finding exactly what you're looking for, even when it's not supposed to be easy to find.
So what exactly is Google dorking? Well, it's basically using special commands, we call them operators, to filter and super refine your search results. It lets you get incredibly precise, targeting specific websites or even certain types of files, cutting through all the online noise to find that one needle in a giant haystack.
Okay, let's break down the 3 core operators you absolutely need to know. First, you have Site2. This little command lets you search inside one and only one specific website. No more digging through a million irrelevant results. Then there's File Type 2. Man, this one is like having X-ray vision. It hunts down specific kinds of files, like that PDF report or that internal spreadsheet you're looking for. And then my personal favorite, the wildcard, that little asterisk. This thing is a total game changer for finding all the different places a username might pop up across the web.
And here's a perfect example of just how powerful this is. If you do a basic search for a company report, what do you get? A ton of news articles, press releases, a lot of noise, right? But what happens when you add file type PDF and cite companywebsite.com? Bam! All of a sudden you could be looking at internal documents, investor briefings, stuff that was never meant for the front page.
All right, we've tackled text, but what about pictures? This is where things get even crazier. Because online, a single picture can tell 1,000 words. And if you know what you're doing, reveal 1,000 secrets. It's time to become a visual detective.
So, have you ever wondered what hidden data is just lurking in the photos you see and share every single day? Well, we're about to find out. We're going to use 2 killer techniques: reverse image search with tools like TinEye or PimEyes, and analyzing the hidden data that's literally embedded inside the image file itself.
And you know what? The process is surprisingly easy. Step 1, you upload an image to one of those reverse search tools. Step 2, you analyze all the different websites where that exact image shows up. Step 3, you can even use special tools to find other photos with similar faces. And step 4, the real magic. You extract the hidden metadata, something called EXIF data.
And that brings us to EXIF data. What is that? It's information that your phone or your camera automatically crams into every single photo you take. We're talking the exact GPS coordinates of where the photo was snapped, the precise date and time, and even the make and model of the camera you used.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That fun vacation photo you posted, the hidden GPS data could pinpoint the exact hotel you were staying at. That cute picture of your dog at home, it could literally have the coordinates to your front door. And reverse image searching a profile pic, oh man, that can link to old, forgotten accounts you made on some weird forum years ago, or even show the original uncropped version of a photo you thought you'd edited.
Okay, so we've been talking about finding information out in the world. But you know what? The most powerful way to use these skills is to turn that lens right back on yourself. It's time for a digital self-audit to really understand and protect your own privacy.
Let's make this personal.
I want you to take everything we've just talked about and ask yourself one critical question. What does the internet really know about me? What story is my digital footprint telling the world?
Okay, here's your action plan. A little privacy checklist for you. First, Google your full name, but put it in quotation marks to see only exact matches. Second, take a username you use a lot and stick that little wildcard asterisk at the end to find accounts you might have forgotten about. Third, take your main profile pictures and run them through a reverse image search. And finally, go on a hunt for those old dusty accounts you don't use anymore. I promise you, what you find might totally shock you.
So why is this so important? Why should you care? Because there are almost 5 billion of us leaving these digital breadcrumbs online every single day. The amount of public data out there is just staggering, which makes managing your own little corner of the internet more crucial than ever before.
All right, we've just unlocked some seriously powerful skills. And with that kind of power comes a pretty big responsibility. So let's be crystal clear about the ethical rules of the road here.
Look, there is a hard, bright line you do not cross. Ethical OSINT, and that's everything we've talked about today, is all about using data that's already public. The moment you're trying to hack something, guess a password, or sneak past a privacy setting, that is not OSINT anymore. That's illegal, plain and simple.
So I want to leave you with this one last crucial thought. Everything we've covered today uses data that is already out there in the open. The real question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Use this power to protect yourself, to protect the people you care about, and to just navigate our crazy digital world a little bit more safely. The power truly is